Have you ever had the feeling that the night is where you truly belong? That at daytime you feel lost, you wander around, but deep down you know that this lifestyle isn't for you. But when the sun goes down, the crowded streets become emptier and emptier, and the noises of the day get swallowed by peaceful silence, then you know it is your time. So you decide to go out by yourself, realizing that this is the life that you actually want to live. And then you meet someone else who shares the same worldview, someone who becomes alive at night, a girl who lives this exact lifestyle. The only problem is, she's a vampire. There have been a lot of great shows this year so far, but I can assure you that Call of the Night is by far the sexiest one. And this doesn't necessarily have to do with our vampire lady Nasna, but with the immense quality of the show, finding the perfect balance between charming humor and addressing mature topics, and with the manga, because trust me, it will only get better. So let's grab a coffee, don't fall asleep, and let's talk about Call of the Night. But first, what is the show about? Our protagonist Ko Yamori starts to wander around at night because he feels like he doesn't fit in his normal life. At night, he meets Nasna, who invites him back to her home, which sounds like a red flag, but he's 14 years old, so there. He finds out that she's actually a vampire who only invited him back to suck his blood. Realizing that becoming a vampire could be an opportunity to break free from his old life and being able to live a more satisfying one in freedom, he argues that he wants to become a vampire himself. The only issue? He has to fall in love with her first. If you think that Call of the Night is just a pretty generic love story in which it will only be a matter of times in which our two characters fall in love, then I actually have to disappoint you. And just for the record, I know that good vampire anime are very rare these days. Okay, I give you that one. It was a really good show. If you have not seen Case Study of Vanitas? It's a really good show. Actually, Call of the Night doesn't really focus on the romance aspect in the first place. Yes, the relationship between Yamori and Nasna is a cute one, especially because of their different worlds constantly colliding. He's 14 and doesn't really know how to behave at night. And she's 40? Okay. Loves to drink booze, but doesn't know how to behave according to society's standards. It makes up for some good humor and it's pretty charming. However, the beginning of the story actually focuses on the question of freedom. Yamori feels trapped by society's boundaries. He's good at school and fairly popular, but he just feels out of place, which is why he tries to escape his old life. Nasna functions as a guide, showing him that the world at night is a different place. It is a time of freedom with different rules. At night, one can change its perspective of the world, see things from a different angle, exactly what Yamori needs in order to find out how to become truly free. And of course, Yamori, like Nasna, is an outsider. And this is how I saw them for most of the time. Two outsiders who do not fit into our structures given by society. It is a story about finding yourself, about not fitting in and accepting it. Granted, I'm not a night owl myself, but I found comfort in those characters escaping my normal life when the sun is up and diving into a more exciting life when the moon rises. I actually didn't choose this title by accident. It is a really sexy show, but not because of fan service or anything. The connection between vampires and sexuality is actually not something really new. By the way, you should actually read Bram Stoker's Dracula if you haven't. It's a really good book. Yeah. It doesn't have to do anything with the video, I'm sorry. Nasna even argues in the beginning that their relationship is purely physical. She wants to taste his blood. That's her only reason for being with him. On the flip side, Yamori wants to have a more intimate relationship with her, while she thinks about it in a superficial way. In a sense, this is a really interesting and three-dimensional relationship that differs greatly from your typical romance love story. And although Yamori is very smart for a 14-year-old, like every other 14-year-old anime character to be honest, he doesn't really know what love is in the first place. Despite some kinky jokes here and there, the manga treats the topic of love and relationship in a very mature way, and I have to give credits to mangaka Kotoyama for taking this topic so serious. It's just nice and refreshing to see characters being open about their feelings and what they actually think and not being emotionally tone deaf. It just doesn't happen too often in anime. The cool thing about this is that Yamori and Nasna are not alone. Over the course of the first chapters or episodes, You will meet a variety of different characters who all deal with relatable problems, having issues with self-worth or being trapped in a job that you detest. All of these characters are trying to escape their lives by finding peace at night. That's what connects them all on a deeper level. There's just something about this manga that is truly awesome. So far, I've described the show as a mystery slice of life about trying to fit in and finding freedom at night. However, that is only the surface. As of right now, over 12 volumes have been released, over 130 chapters have been published, and this manga only gets better and better. You'll start reading or watching the show and think it's fairly enjoyable, maybe even a really good one. But once you come across chapter 19, the world of Call of the Night starts to open up for you. And when you pass chapter 38, what can I say? What can I say? I'm sorry. Not only will there be a lot of new and fairly interesting characters, you will also experience a lot more about the advantages and disadvantages of being a vampire. And there will be a tonal shift in the story that really turns the show upside down in a sense. I don't want to reveal too much at this point, but let me just say this. If you're already liking the first episodes, or if you're currently reading the manga, continue with it. There will be some very cool things coming up ahead. I felt a very strange feeling of belonging when I read Call of the Night. I can relate to the feeling of not knowing in which direction to head, so I could easily put myself in Yamari's shoes. And I feel like a lot of you can do this as well. That being said, Call of the Night is an amazing slice of life mystery romance that gets better and better with every chapter. If you're a person of the night, enjoy slice of life, or you just have finished the case study of Vanitas and you want another really good vampire story, consider this your show. Also, the opening. I don't have to say anything more, I think. So, what do you think about the show? Are you reading it right now? Are you watching it? Please let me know in the comments down below. So I think there will be around 13 episodes this season, and I just hope that this will be a successful show since, like I said, there's a lot of source material that they can draw from and that they can adapt into an anime show, and so far the show looks visually amazing and it would be a cool thing if they would continue with the show. That being said, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. There will be new videos every week, and until then, I see you guys. Bye bye. Take care.